Whoa, we are back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and today we are going to be taking on the 25-3 tower floor of the Thrust battle. I can't actually, I stupidly deleted the actual pickup in my mailbox, but NELLIEL has been buffed. At least the last bit of her buffs have finally hit global as of waking up and getting ready to do this, which means she has lower cooldown fixed on her battlefield skill, which you can definitely see, and just a suite of small sort of changes that amount to bigger and bigger, outcomes, right? She is infinitely, like, I can't believe this character was bugged to begin with, because everything she got and everything that's been fixed and everything and the small ways that she's been buffed, even, like, I tried to tell people, like, the thing that's going to be different about NELLIEL is that she is our major celebration character. And if you don't know much about gacha, maybe you're playing Bleach Soul Resonance and you haven't played gacha before, the major celebration characters are going to gap, because that's when they want to do power creep. Like, B2 NELLIEL, which is what I have her at, B2 NELLIEL, B1 NELLIEL, I think, and I haven't done any testing or anything, I haven't looked around and, done the statistics, but, I test, if you've watched sports, if you follow any sort of sports, sometimes you got to do the eye test. You got to be like, damn, Kyrie Irving's pretty good. The stats might not always say he's doing this and that, but that guy's pretty good. I'm just looking at these two awakenings, and it's like, I don't even know how you could compare these. This is like power creep in boundaries alone. I can't believe, like, these first two are so good. Like, there are other characters, like this for Byakuya would be like his boundary 4. And this for, like, I don't know, just like an average, like, other supporty character, this would be like this would either be their boundary 2 or it'd be one of these right here. Like, these are so powerful that I was very confident going into NELLIEL that I would be putting all of my Jade into this character to get boundary 2. And if you follow my account, I am completely free to play. I have 2,703 Jade. You can watch my summoning session, and I uploaded 2 of them, and there's nothing bought here. This is free, nothing bought here. You know what I mean? I go over this a few times just to show people. I don't know if you can see it in here. I guess it would say paid. I don't have any paid Jade, but no monthly. These are limited. You would be able to see it, and I think that's the most I can. Yeah, paid again. It says paid here. It's not that this point needs belaboring, but just to clock that we're going to be going into the 25th stage of Trial Tower Thrust, completely free to play. Let's get into it. And here we are taking on the fight itself. Boy, oh boy, that Aizen fight is so scrambly. That's one thing I would say about the Aizen fight that is a little tough, is that even once you get, like, all the the DPS check, even once you get that down, even once you're, you can beat him, you can take down his HP in, 3 minutes. He is really hard to counter, like, literally land parries on to me. It's mostly because, you have all of these effects whipping and buzzing around, and it is just very difficult when you're trying to get off your rotations cleanly. You can see we hit for 1.3 million with, like, or 1.1 million with, I mean, menial buffs up, right? Like, I missed a counter there, but I was trying to go through my rotation. These are the things that matter, because you do want Aizen, like you want all the bosses, in spiritual down as much as possible. We go ahead and take this opportunity, since we're up in the air, to switch out and get some other damage in, and we're going to fling that dang at him. No spiritual break, and that's pretty low damage because he dodged it. Like, this is the type of damage that's gonna really, like, matter. It's gonna stack up and stack up and stack up, and if you lose this fight by 5 seconds, if you lose this fight by 10 seconds, if you lose this fight by 15 seconds, those moments where you missed a shot like that are gonna really matter. Now, as far as using Rangiku for this fight, since she does have a matching element, I definitely think I could do this fight over with Rangiku and still beat the fight. I don't think that this Aizen gave us enough trouble that I wouldn't be able to mop him up, right? I think that Rangiku actually probably makes the rotations a little smoother. While I do think that the best team for Thrust right now is Kisuke, Gin, and NELLIEL. I don't really think that it's one of those things where it's like, oh, there's another Kisuke merchant. I just think that Kisuke is good on this team. I think Rangiku rather can easily, hold her weight on this team, and it actually makes the rotations very smooth because unlike Kisuke, who needs a second and a half about. Oh, and I snake that. I snake that beautiful counter right there, which is very, very big. It allows us to go right into our swap and on ult. But unlike a lot of people think, I think that Rangiku and Kisuke sort of fight for the same spot. But Rangiku just spends a lot less time trying to get off these, like, almost sort of like frame perfect cancels on his special attack. And her cooldowns and the length of her buffs are so long that you kind of just never really think about her. Now, I do see him going for this attack, and I try to hit it, but... Oh, and we just miss it. That is so brutal again. One of the mistakes that could cost you a run like this. I mean, we have 10 health bars to go, and we're just cresting a minute and 18 seconds here. So we're going to need to blitz. Throw a spear. Oh, for 3.8 million is pretty huge. And do we have enough for technique? Yes, we do. And we're going to just start rotating in our options here. Maybe get an ult out? Yes, sir. And this is where the fight really starts just snowballing out. We have the 3 crit damage still buffed. We did not manage to get the 4. That was just misalignment on my part. But this goes to show that, like, I mean, look how long that buff lasts, right? Right until I go into Verde again, and we're probably about to go into Verde. Like, that buff is still up. 60% crit damage right now being provided by NELLIEL, and we're gonna ult. Ooh, do we not? Do we not? I'm pretty sure we do. Oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah, that's a mistake. I should definitely have ulted there to keep the buff up. I don't know what I was doing. I was focused too much on rotations and not playing dynamically. 380,000 is pretty piss poor, which means I either hit him in a weird state or I didn't crit, which is pretty crazy because, it's like an 80% chance or something. But yeah, we're at 6 HP bars. Now we're at 5 HP bars. Blasting, getting him down, and we're just gonna throw that lance at him. 3.8 million is so juiced. And yeah, you can... Ooh, snake him. Yes, sir. Let's go. And this is when I knew that I was like, okay, it's over. Like, 4 health bars in 20 seconds is more than enough. He started doing this. I got a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. He started doing that attack. I got a little scared because I was like, oh my god, is it... Oh, 1.9 million on Gin, by the way, is pretty crazy. My Gin, you don't really see Gin have those huge attack stat numbers on his ultimate until you start getting into higher boundary levels. And as well as having like a little better gear than my own, and more crit rate and stuff like that. More weapon stamp dupes, which give him higher crit rate. I made a mistake in a previous video about that, but yeah, we are clearing him out. And we come to the end. What a fight, man. What a fight. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Cook him. And let's get to the damage. Yes, dude. Completely free to play Thrust Tower completed. No payment on this count. No cap in my wrap. Free to play. Aizen falls, and you can see NELLIEL just completely gaps the game. I mean, it is... I don't know. B2 NELLIEL is by far the strongest character I've used so far, and it's not even comparably close. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, what an insane character this is. What an insane, like, boon to Gin. I am doing this, as I mentioned before, right after the last suite of buffs and fixes to the character. We actually just received our rewards, but there you have it. You can see 25-3 completely done, and in the books, the entire tower completed, free to play, with no other sort of assistance. I mean, we're not gonna like place her in. Oh, yeah, top 66. Never mind. We're among the top 66 of players, top 100 of players to complete it. Completely free to play. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Let's go do just a brief recap of the gear so we can see. That's awesome. That's awesome. When I started doing this today, I did not really have any expectations. I did not know how it would go. But here you can see my NELLIEL stats. She's working with 5,051 attack, 56% crit rate base, which is being boosted to 81%, 113% crit damage, and 57% ailment damage. By the way, this is still being recorded, I believe, one full day before the last bond effect. So this could have been an easier run. I mean, this is not a negligible amount of ailment damage or crit damage to be missing, right? I mean, it's 18%. So you know, there are many pieces that you could have, like this one right here, which is 28%. I mean, this is like having a bonus one ding of like substat ailment damage bonus. So we are missing out on quite a little bit. And these are my gear pieces. Otherwise, though, attack percent on the base, or on slot 1, attack percent, looking for the substats wherever I can, here and here on slot 3, and then crit rate, as well as a crit rate bonus here in the substat for my piece 2. Yeah, we do have the Ascension Stage 2 of the core stamp. We have been funneling the core stamp as much as possible. Not really because we want, like, oh, it's specifically NELLIEL, but because in 8 days this goes away. And I would like to get another free-to-play, like, not free-to-play, but like a free stamp selector, because it just seems valuable to make use of it. I mean, if this just goes away at some point, I would like to have had enough to, you know, actually make use of it. So we're hopefully going to have enough to get at least one more guaranteed stamp out of that. But yeah, as far as Bleach Soul Resonance goes, we've taken down our first tower in totality. We can take a look at Gein's stats again. Gein has not changed at all since earlier days. About 50% crit once he has his technique activated, his weapon activated. 50% crit, 129% crit damage, and 197% ailment damage bonus. And my Kisuke hasn't changed either. Not really minding any sort of crit rate or anything, but just pumping a bunch of ultimate charge and crit damage with nothing else really specified. I mean, that's classic Kisuke, right? The one thing is I do have him on an Ascension level 3 core stamp, and as far as his bond goes, I just have him on more crit damage, right? So he's giving a ton of that. Gein's on the normal setup. I don't think I have anything special for him. Yeah, see, no like core stamp 2 or anything like that. Gein is a boundary 1, dupe 1, etc, etc. The big highlight, and we can show up here, I have 1 here. I don't even have the second ascension for Yutahara, but I have the 2 boundaries, completely free to play boundaries, by the way. I got these free to play. This is a free to play account. 2 boundaries awakened on NELLIEL. This is why I said that, you know, it doesn't matter if you're like, I want to pull on Kenpachi, or I want to pull on Aizen, or I want to pull on this or that. You do just need to, like, realize what these characters actually do for you. I think a lot of people have a tough time quantifying, like, what is going to be priority when it comes to pulling, and that's fine. You should pull for what makes you happy, but looking at NELLIEL from across the way, it was just so obvious that this is going to be the character. Like, what? 80%, and it's easy to keep up, and when you leave the ult, you have 30 seconds of rotations to get back into ult and refresh this again. It just feels way too good. It's just way too good. And the fact that she has a good boundary 1 as well, like, this makes so much of a difference. These 3 points make an insane amount of difference of getting into that ult and not having to spend a bunch of time in base. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Trial Tower Thrust 25-3 defeated, completely free to play. We ain't fucking around in here. I think another thing I'll try to eke out sometime soon then is maybe one of these stages using that same team. We'll have to see though. That would be pretty fun to get a clear on. We'll see which one takes the most. Releasing a counterattack, yeah, that could be pretty good. So if you're forming a counter, increases damage, that could also be pretty good. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see which we go with that might be particularly useful, or particularly like powerful against them. See if we can get a good rating or what have you. So yeah, that's been the video though. Like if you like the video, subscribe to join the club. We all go make it, and peace.